So tell me, man, the last fight, Dillashaw, he had some complaints about the stoppage of the situation that happened.
Yeah, I think you'd for me, I think you'd want to probably thank the ref, man. Thank the ref for stopping it, because I was gonna kill the man.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Hello, this is Mike Tyson. We have another episode of Hotboxin, and my co-host here is Eben.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Another great day, brother. Beautiful day outside.
Man, I'm just so happy that.
Well, we got a great guest, man. Who is this guy?
Andy, tell us about yourself.
The current flyweight champion of the UFC, Henry Cejudo. Great to have you, man.
And Henry's going up for the welterweight title too, huh?
Bantamweight, but
bantamweight,
but thank you guys for having me. It's an honor to be here with one of the legends right here, Mike Tyson, man. Thank you for having me, Mike.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
Where you from, Henry?
Originally from actually from here. Originally from LA.
Yeah.
Born in South Central back in '87. I think that was around when you won your first world title, right?
You were one when I won my title.
Yeah, so you're 88.
Yeah, 87, 86, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, don't matter. He's got it.
Yeah.
But cool. Just so I grew up out here. Grew up in Arizona. So lived in LA. Lived there for 5 years in South Central. Born, MLK Hospital, and then eventually just resided in Arizona, and that's kind of where I live now.
How did you get involved with boxing? I mean, fighting.
I think as a kid, and I think sometimes it's you can say it's the nature and the nurture of it, right? A kid from the ghetto, a kid that kind of grew up fighting. It's the struggle of it. I guess it's through nature and nurture. But I got into it because I've always been this.
Not all great street fighters and guys that's tough in the street get into boxing. They don't all get into fighting. They go to other directions.
Yeah. And that's actually kind of how I started wrestling first, 11 years old. And then eventually I got into boxing, so I have a lot of respect. I did amateur boxing for some time, so it's been a journey and a half, man. But just excited and happy to be here, man.
Awesome. So tell me, man, the last fight, Dillashaw, he had some complaints about the stoppage of the situation that happened.
Yeah, I think you'd for me, I think you'd want to probably thank the ref, man. Thank the ref for stopping it, because I was gonna kill the man.
Oh no!
Oh no! So a lot of people say, but it's the fight biz, man. It's and deep down inside, I mean, I think Mike, you can attest to this. Is we're all kind of sore losers. You know what I mean? Like sometimes we can't accept it.
Yeah, it sucks.
And I think some people just demonstrated more. And TJ,
TJ's really pissed off.
Yeah, he's really pissed. I mean, like I said, I would have wished the ref would have allowed it maybe another 10 seconds just to kind of finish the job.
Get that tap out, huh?
Yeah. So, but taking out a legend like him, man, it feels good, man. It's good to be in my position right now, man. Especially with them trying to get rid of the flyweight division. Getting rid of my division, so...
Why would they do that? How would they be entitled to do that? Not enough people in the division?
Yeah, well, no, it's not that. It's just I think the UFC has always found our division a little boring, I guess you could say. Remember, Demetrius Johnson dominated this division for the last freaking 12, for the last 6-7 years until I beat him. Demetrius Johnson was such a dominant fighter, but he really wasn't much of a showman like the UFC wanted. So he was beating everybody up. He was dominating everybody, so the division sucks. But the reality is I felt like he had to be a little more showman, man. And there's a little credit that you have to give Conor, man, whether you like him or not. He's putting us on the map.
There's a lot of fighters out there like that. They're great fighters, but they have no showmanship. They have no character. No one wants to see them.
No one's interested.
Yeah, they're not colorful enough.
Yeah, right. And I think that's part of it, Mike. I think that's what it is. But now that I'm here, man, like I wanna resurrect that. coming out with the snake when I beat it to the ground. I mean, things like that. I mean, that's being a showman. Like, it has nothing to do with me being a punk or whatever.
Right.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
And plus, and absolutely, you mean it though too. At the same time,
For sure.
you're describing your mind to your opponent. It's like, I'm gonna grab that snake and I'm gonna whip it on its head and I'm gonna kill it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
that was the thing. When I was fighting the same thing, I had the unpredictable, psycho, tough guy and stuff that what the people liked and stuff.
Was that a conscious choice for you, Mike?
Yeah, I knew that's just the role I had to go.
You were going out as the monster.
Yeah.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about that, man, as a fighter and sort of developing your character on the stage. Because that's what it is, right? I mean, that's what Connor does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, is he like that, talking shit? Like, if we were hanging out here, would he be just talking shit? He might be.
Yeah, no, he's a good guy, man. I think it's a bit of persona, but I think now he's at the point where I think he's actually starting to believe it, and that's a scary thing. Because now it's like,
we
hey,
sometimes get delusional fighters. We get delusional.
yeah. And I've always tried to maintain myself, like, knowing that it's like, hey, man, I'm good, I'm great, I'm a world champ, but I'm not stepping. I'm not.
Sometimes we believe we're gods fighters. We're human. We're not human.
Yeah, that's powerful.
Yeah, fighters are a trip.
Like, I don't want to say it, but that's powerful. What Mike said,
Absolutely.
like we're David.
Yeah, always. No matter who you're fighting, you feel as though you're the underdog and you have to be ready to kill. I think that's a really interesting thing about the warrior's path, because you reach this certain level of success. You've defeated so many opponents and your ego really can begin to take over if you don't keep it in check.
Yeah.
How do you keep that in check, Henry?
It's a healthy nervous. Like, you have to be healthy nervous. You got to be confident, but you have to have that healthy nervous. If you don't have that healthy nervous, dude, you're really over your head, man. And if you don't check that, what happens is fighters start to they start to lose, and it becomes a domino effect. And it's and then later you just start hating the sport, man. And it happens, dude.
Yes.
It happens.
You start hating the sport.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense. That happened to me in football.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I started hating it. That healthy nervous feeling, that's this feeling of I've always got to be training my ass off, preparing the best I can because I could lose.
I'd say that, and probably a bit of respect for your opponent. Like, you have to be like, hey, man, this dude could possibly beat me. And you got to see all these strengths and all these weaknesses. You got to analyze everything that you know about yourself and then everything that you know about him, and then you'll reflect on the strengths and weaknesses. Like, it's very profound. It's very profound for you to think like that. If you ain't thinking like that, man, it starts internal, man. Like, this is I don't want to say it's all in your head because that's very cliche. It's internal. It's something much deeper than passion.
It is also, you can't explain it because, like, on the flip side, then there's other guys when their egos take them like this. I don't got to train for him. He's a fucking bum. On my worst day, I can beat him.
I'm bigger than him.
Yeah, it's people like, oh man, the ego is just takes you to dark places.
Yeah. It's scary, man.
That's why you need the toad.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, check in with the toad. You know about the toad, Henry?
I didn't know about the toad. You know about the toad, Henry?
No.
Oh man, explain some of the toad to Henry. Henry's laughing now.
Hold on, it sounds funny. I mean,
it does,
nobody
bro.
names something like that.
The toad?
It's actually a toad. It's actually a toad in the Sonora Desert.
It's the Sonoran Desert
In
toad.
Mexico, perhaps. Right? It's in Mexico, and it hibernates like 10 months out of the year. And when you capture it, it has venom in its paws, so to speak, right? And you open up, you bust it, and you put it on, and it busts, shoot out on the glass, hardens it. you take it off the glass, you put it in your pipe, you smoke it, and then you become reborn again.
Oh, damn.
Have you heard of DMT? DMT, ayahuasca.
Yeah. Ayahuasca. Yeah.
So, what Mike's talking about is you experience like an ego death. You die. You see all of your trauma and pain and everything that's happened to you in your life, and it really comes together in a way that gives you context about, who you are and what your purpose is. And people are cured of addiction and depression and anxiety, all of this stuff from doing this toad. And what it does is, I think, is it shows you that we are all connected.
Yeah.
That we are all part of. Henry's like, I've smoked a little too much weed, dude. It's getting weird in here. It's getting weird, bro.
It's getting cold in here.
I died and came back to life and resurrected my life.
Really?
Yeah, man.
I think it's an incredible medicine for fighters, for any warrior, because it brings you back to that place, of humility and love. And so that it's a good balance for you in the midst of having to prepare yourself for battle over and over again. Mm-hmm. Anyway, it's just interesting, man. Henry,
that's crazy, man. That's crazy. All these different natural remedies that
blow your mind. Blow your mind, brother.
Yeah,
please blow your mind.
And everything's out there, man. Us as humans, we have to discover that.
Yeah.
No, people inform us. We just have to know how to read the messages. And have to listen. Have to know how to listen.
Right.
Mike's like hanging out with a sage, like he's like the wise elder dude of the tribe. It's crazy.
No, but a lot of people tried to inform us when we were younger. We didn't want to listen.
Yeah.
Listen, before I involved myself with the toad, listen, I don't think nobody could tell me shit. I think I've seen the world a couple of times. I've been around some interesting people, and I didn't think nobody could tell me shit. And then I did the toad, and I like, fuck, I realized I didn't know anything. I realized I was afraid all those years. I was actually afraid. When that ego death started going on, I said, oh, God, I'm dying. Fuck. I was crying to the guy, I'm dying. Because I was so afraid I didn't know how to live without my ego. You don't know how to live without that. Somebody confronting you, you can say, what motherfucker? Or something. But when your ego's going, somebody confronts you, you're like, fuck, what do I do? And that was a real scary situation for me. I used to know what to do. I thought I was dying. I used to know what to do. I said, fuck, I'm missing my kids, my wife, everything's leaving me. Fuck. And I was happy with it.
It's powerful medicine, dude. It's powerful.
Man, you guys got me thinking, man. I want some of this toad.
That's just what I said. So the guy got me, where's this stuff? Yeah, let me try it.
Let me try this shit.
Same thing I said. I want to try that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's miraculous.
It lasts 15 minutes, but it's like forever. 15 minutes is a long time in your head. Yeah. God, in your head, 15 minutes is a long time.
Godly. Oh, my God. So it's only 15 minutes. I thought it was
feel like 2 hours.
It's a 15-minute blast off.
Oh, man, you don't want more than 15 minutes, man.
You don't want more.
Holy shit. Can you imagine that more than 15 minutes with that stuff? Wow.
Well, ayahuasca, which is a little bit less intense, that's like 12 hours.
Yeah, I couldn't handle that stuff.
That's a 12-hour ride.
That one thing, that one hit a quarter, boom, and you just go, wow, your life flashes right in front of you, man. You stop breathing, and you're like, fuck. Hearing music and sounds take me places.
Yeah, it's like, have you ever had an experience with death?
That's what it is.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's just what it is. You die there.
No. Besides, doing something like besides doing a natural remedy, have you ever got caught almost drowning in the sea?
Near-death experience?
No, some people shot at me, but I ran and got away.
Well, that's what this is, Henry. Tell us about. Have you had one?
I've had, and that's kind of how when Tyson talks about that, you're like your life flashes before your eyes. It's death.
Yeah,
is what kind of flashes before your eyes. But it's like it's this memory. It's this video that goes through you. But it's in real motion. It's like you're watching yourself right now. It's just seeing your whole life just go run through your eyes, and your mind. And you're just like, so when you're talking about that experience, I'm just like, that's what I thought of. Like, it's real, man. Like, it's real. Like, dude, this is crazy. Like, I'm dead or I'm coming alive.
But listen, the holy thing is, it's nothing physical at all. It's all psychological. You don't feel nothing. You don't touch nothing. It's just all what you see. It's all visual stuff.
Henry, tell us about your near-death experience.
You know, it was it was a few years ago, and they no, I'm sorry, it was about a couple years ago, man. I got caught up in the Santa Rosa fires, and I had to escape from a hotel. You know, I had to jump out the window, dude. I was like the last one to get out. Dude.
I don't know what the hell I would do if I was in there. I don't know if I can handle no fire. Every time you're running from blazes, you can't breathe, you can't see.
So hot.
I'm talking about like the whole hotel was just lit up on fire, and I freaking jumped out. Like 3/4 of it was like done. Everything, all the houses in front of me, they're all burnt to sticks. Cars on fire, the buildings next to me on fire, and I'm jumping out that window.
Whoa.
But that's kind of what
Survival.
happens. Yeah, that's what happens. Like your life flashes before your eyes. It's like shit becomes real.
Fuck, nigga.
Well, in those experiences, they say you're getting a hit of your own natural DMT, because DMT is produced in your third eye, in your pineal gland. And you get a hit of it when you're born. When you come into your mother's womb, there's your first hit of DMT. And then your next hit of DMT, you get 2 in your life, is when you die. So having a near-death experience, they say, could trigger a blast of DMT naturally. So that's why people say, oh, I saw my life flash before my eyes, because you did. That was your soul going, oh, fuck, it's time to go.
And listen, right, it's wearing on you, because I did it around 3 times. And I want to do it again, but I'm so scared to do it again. Fuck. You know what I mean?
Your life flashes before your
scared to
eyes.
do it again.
Your life flashes before your eyes. If that's the feeling, Mike, I don't know. I don't know if that's.
And you're watching it.
Yeah.
You know, some people do it once. Some people do it one time. Some people never do it. Some people are like crazy about it, do it all the time.
So you guys tempted me.
Hey man, we're just offering it that this is an option in the world, you know, that when you're ready, I believe that you're called to these medicines, you know. You start seeing them, you start hearing about them, you start educating yourself, and then the time is right for you to do it, you know, but that's on your journey. It's not about somebody going, here, dude, it's time now. That's not what it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
But dude, let's get back to the real world. Let's get back to reality. You brought your beautiful championship belt. Man, what did it feel like to win that? To earn that?
That's a really high standing fighter, you know what I mean? High quality fighter.
Yeah. It's a satisfaction. It's a satisfaction feeling that lets you know okay, everything that I've been doing is right. Finally, the stuff that I'm thinking up here is manifesting physically, and it's more of a feeling to me. Like being a world champion is more of those feelings to me. It's not so much the number, but it's the emotion that comes with winning that belt. Because in every camp you get hurt. In every camp, a lot of things happen, and you start the doubt starts to enter you. And you had to make sure to check it. So when you win, and you win a big fight like that against a very high opponent, man, it's like, all right, man, I may be you become kind of a legend, man. Like an instant legend, though, because you beat Demetrius Johnson, who's probably one of the greatest of all time. And then you go out and you beat the greatest bantamweight of all time. It's like, dude, I'm on top of that, you know, being the best in the world in another sport, it leaves my print in the sport in some way, you know, and that's special to me to be able to, like, you know what, I knocked it, I did this.
Yeah, I always, when I was fighting, I always wanted to be a part of that fraternity. I wanted them to know my name. You know, when I'm dead and this thing, you know, my name is, you know, implanted in this fraternity here. That, you know, thousands of guys are gonna come after I die, and it's, you're there, and they'll see your picture and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's powerful, man, to leave your mark on your sport.
Yeah.
So that's more of the celebrations to me, I guess, for the most part. So it means the world to me, man. It really does.
That's cool, man. You've been working since you were 11.
Yeah.
How many brothers and sisters you have?
I'm one of 7 kids.
Yeah.
So one of 7. I have 3 other brothers and then 3 sisters. So I come from a big family.
How was that?
Yeah, tell me.
The upbringings is
Did
typical.
you all fight as a family?
Yeah.
Somebody got in trouble. They all came out and fought.
Yeah, very, very, very. It's a minority family, Mexicans. We're all close, but you do fight a lot as a family, man. So the upbringing was very. We fought a lot, but at the same time, we helped each other a lot. We showed each other love. So I come from that kind of type of family.
You still close to your brothers and sisters now?
Yeah, all of them, my brothers and sisters, they
come to your fights?
Yeah, they all come to my fights. The only one that doesn't come to my fight is my mom.
Really?
Yeah, she
doesn't like it.
She don't like that stuff.
Yeah. It's tough to watch your baby get into a fucking fist fight, dude.
Right. It's hard, man. What about you, Mike? Anybody the people that you grew up with, anybody ever not come to your fights or not like you fighting? Did your mom like you fighting?
No, my mother passed away before I started fighting. No, I wasn't one of those guys that people say, "Oh God, he's gonna get hurt." You know what I mean? I was just one of those imposing figures at that particular time that I was the guy doing the damage. You felt sorry for the other guy. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just didn't have that kind of affection for people. They felt sorry. They didn't think I was going to get hurt. They never thought I was going to get hurt and stuff like that until I got hurt.
Yeah.
What was the first time you got hurt, Mike? Did you get hurt in a fight?
Yeah. When I lost my fight in 1990 in Japan with Buster Douglas and stuff, people were really worried and concerned and stuff because I had a really big eye intrusion. And I've never lost before, but I've lost as an amateur before, and I understood loss. I thought a loss as an amateur at 15 was just as big as a loss as being champ of the world to me at the time. Just the thought of losing, and my ego and my psychological way of looking at fighting and the act of losing just really gave me a really bad psychological opinion about myself. That I didn't do something right, which is normally the case.
In a loss.
Yeah.
But you learn so much from your losses.
Absolutely. Very painful, and you have to take inside look at yourself and your character and decide if this is what you really want to do. Do you really want to take a possibility of going through that again?
Yeah, that's deep, and I think that's what's made him the best in the world. Is the way you carry a loss. These are a lot of people have to almost really, how can I say it, work on the mind to understand what it's like to accept defeat but not become bitter because of it or too bitter. They can turn around and bite you in the butt too.
Yeah, you give yourself a dark shadow. It's all about just knowing that this is a sport, and we're 2 guys, and the best man wins, and there's no fight afterwards.
It's not personal.
No, always have that objective. Nothing's personal.
Henry, have you had a tough loss that you learned a lot from?
Yeah, I'd say losing to Demetrius the first time when I fought him the first time. He beat me he knocked me out in 2 minutes, man. 2 minutes and 36 seconds. To the body. I don't know. You've ever been stopped to the body?
Listen, my first time I ever boxed somebody, he hit me in the body. And I just went down right away. If I don't know what the hell he hit me in the body, I went down right away. I jumped back up. I stopped breathing. I couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
And, I equated to not breathing to dying. and I couldn't breathe. And I used to know what the fuck.
Wow.
It couldn't come out.
Just wind knocked out of
Yeah, I
you.
didn't know what the hell was going on. I couldn't even cry, but I wanted to cry, but it's no air, no nothing. I just couldn't do anything.
That's what you felt, Henry?
That's what I felt, man. But at the same time, physically it hurts.
Yeah.
Physically it hurts, but it's more.
And it hurts when you go to the bathroom, take a shit after the right? You go to take a shit. It hurts so bad.
So sore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
But anyways, it's also very humiliating because you're conscious. A knockout is different, man. If you get knocked out, it puts
Right.
me out. I'm out. I wake up and I'm just like, hey, what happened? Is it Christmas?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's humiliating because you get hit to the body, dude. You're conscious and you're just curling up like a little girl, you know.
Yeah. Because your system's just shutting down.
No, listen, this is something about body punches, right? Anybody could, I don't care who you are, how tough you are, anybody can make a boom, get hit in the chin, get knocked out, and black out. And it's over. You just got hit in the blacked out, you just shit blacked out. You get hit in the stomach, right? You make a decision, hey, I don't want to do this shit no more. You know what I mean? I just can't move no more, because that's what happens.
Yeah.
Your body shuts down. So the next time you fought him, how did you defend from his body punches?
Well, but that's what I'm saying. I had to really strengthen my core. That was one of the areas, but I think more importantly than that is making sure that my weight cut was done even better, correctly. And that's kind of what fatigued me. It was a few things, man. And then the problem is when you get hit to the body, you get stopped. You start to be very cautious with your body, man. You change it. You could change as a fighter.
You got it.
You could change as a fighter because you're so fearful.
See,
of
I
it
was
now.
always a smaller guy, and everybody's always taller than me, so it was very hard for them to get to my body. So they normally threw headshots, and so I knew where they had to throw punches at.
So you took a lot of head, shoulder shots.
Yeah. Also, I don't take the shot at all.
Yeah, yeah.
You learn from it, you move on, and as a competitor, I think I had him on my hit list. Like really, look, it became personal almost. A defeat like that becomes extremely personal. It became extremely personal to me. So I knew that I knew that I had to sacrifice a lot to beat a man at his caliber. Like, hey man, if I thought I was doing shit right then, it just got worse.
It showed you what you had to do to get to that next level. Who's your favorite fighter growing up? Was there somebody you watched, somebody you idolized?
It started more with boxing actually, and even still till this day, like I almost prefer watching a good high like world championship boxing fight than
It's gonna be hard to see one. They're not doing that anytime soon.
Yeah. Yeah. But if you could find somebody, like if you get too good, like, you know, Triple G Canelo was a good fight. I would prefer watching a boxing fight like that than probably any UFC fight in the world. I really do. Because boxing's, the world is so ancient. It's reached this peak. I mean, it's at its best.
Boxing.
Yeah, where MMA is still evolving.
But MMA got some awesome personalities in there. You got John Jones, got Connor, and got other little guys here that people don't got enough. What's the new guy? Israel. He got an awesome personality.
Got Henry.
Yeah, I'm talking about all those guys. He's in that category too.
Yeah, no
All
doubt.
the new guys.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's definitely exciting.
It's just too emotional. If you're a fighter, I was a fighter, and you should know who you're the top professional athlete. If you're emotionally attached to somebody, like a fighter, somebody, if he lose, you feel like shit. Shit. You want to fucking knock the other. You know you're experienced, but you want to fight the other guy, somebody in his fucking clan or something.
Yeah.
You're really mad.
Yeah.
You got to be
true.
cool. You know your passions are too high in fighting. So you always got to be cool. Control yourself.
It's amazing there's not more mayhem at these fights. more fights don't break out on the sides, you know?
Well, it happens. You saw what happened with
Yeah.
Khabib and Conor. You know, got overheated and stuff. You know, it happens with human beings. You know.
Yeah. So what's your next thing, man? What are you doing right now?
Yeah, you open for some acting gigs, anything? What you gonna
Huh? Acting? I see that.
Yeah, take over Latin America, right? Start doing
brother.
some soap operas.
They got a big audience over there.
Yeah.
Yes. Do it.
Man, I think it could be possible, you know.
Hell
I
bro.
could be Mr. Casanova every night, Saturday, 7 p.m. Telemundo.
Hell yeah, dude. Put it out there.
Bring that money in. No, I would like to get into, after I'm done fighting, I want to get into real estate. I really I love the sport of MMA. I love wrestling, but I could never do it, man, because I understand the commitment that it has. So I want freedom in my life, man. So I want to get into real estate, and I want to continue to keep like doing motivational speaking and whatnot, like all across the country.
It's great, man. How many more fights you think you got in you?
These are hard questions.
Well, you can have a lot of fights in you, but you only want a certain amount.
Hey, dude, we're not in here just fucking around, you know?
You can have 20 in you, but you only want 3.
Yeah. Damn, that's a good way to put it.
Right.
That's a good way to put it, because the body could take a lot, or it can't take that much. But you're just thinking different, you're thinking more, but you're giving less. So, I think that talk's yet to be determined, man.
Mm.
I don't see myself going past 34 though.
How old are you?
I just turned 32, 34, 35.
Oh, you're 87.
87.
Me too.
Okay.
I'll be 32 in October.
Oh, okay.
Fuck,
That's
I
crazy.
remember 87 so good, man. It was one of my best years. Guy, you're talking
Hell
about
yeah,
born
bro.
in 87.
We came in Mike's best year.
Fuck, 87.
Fuck yeah.
I was living it. I was just a young, stupid kid living it.
We were
up,
feeling
man.
that energy, dude. We were like, let's drop into that shit.
1987. Shit.
That's cool, man. That's cool when you do meet somebody that's your year, man. It's like
Yeah.
it becomes
There's camaraderie there.
there's a connection there.
Yeah, for sure.
But I just
There's
had my
not too
birthday.
many 66, man. We had bad drug errors and all that stuff. These guys all dead gangbangers and all that stuff, man. The 80s wiped the 60 babies out.
Henry, tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like being born in 87, coming up in the early 90s, we have this really interesting experience of like seeing the internet come up and seeing social media be created. And we were really at the time to like grow with all this shit.
Man, we had the phone, you had ding, ding, you had to ring the phones like that.
Yes.
Tyson's going back another 2 generations over here.
Yeah, dude, that's what we do, man.
I said we're
But don't you think that's interesting?
I have a nephew who's 23 or 24, and I still feel like even that's a separation for me.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, like that generation is
yeah.
like the
Well, you really
too
have
much.
a turning point too when you get into your 30s. I mean, something really happens like 27 to 30, shit starts to really change. I think, and just your mentality about what life is, you know, you get more focused, you know, you get more just dialed in, man. You know, you've got less time for bullshit. You've seen some stuff. You've learned a lot. You know, your 20s are a tough time.
And then when you get in your 50s like me, you start worrying, God, I'm going to still be able to fuck my wife and stuff.
golly,
Mike, you got some good herbs for that, dude.
Yeah, tell me about that.
you better be taking a lot of that
herbs.
toad if you're gonna.
Yeah, totally.
Keep the toad going. Well, there's some great herbs, man. Ginseng, this gynostemma tea. It's awesome. It's like horny goat weed. Have you heard of that?
I heard of that. Getting in your 50s, man. You've seen so much. I mean, I remember when, I can remember when rap first blew up. You know, when it first started, when the only thing we listened to was R&B before, then rap just blew up. Sugar Delight, Rapper's Delight, I mean.
You know this guy used to hang out with Tupac?
Yeah, Tupac was. It's just so wild to see this guy was. This guy is now almost like a saint now. So legendary.
So legendary, dude.
Yeah. How was it hanging out with Two? Did you call him Two or Tupac?
No, it's Pac or Tupac.
Pac.
Listen, the guy is just amazing. Listen, he got shot. I'm in prison, so he got shot. I'm in prison. I want to hear about somebody say, "Yo, Mike, man, your boy," because he came and visited me. So somebody, I'm coming from the gym, and I guess somebody else is coming from the child hall, and somebody said, "Yo, Mike, your man that came visit you, I think they hit him up or something crazy to that effect." And so I went to my.
Is this when he was killed?
No, when he was shot.
Yeah.
In New York, and I got three-way, and then I three-wayed to where he was. I think he in the house, or he came somewhere. I don't know where he was, but I talked to him, and he was telling me it was just crazy, and I don't know what happened, but it was just really bad. He got shot up really bad, and I asked him, I said, "Who was it?" And he had mentioned some names who it was. He
knew who it was.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Do we know who it was in the public? Does the public know who that was?
Well, I don't know. They probably do, but it's just everybody everybody have their
conspiracy.
Yeah, who's done it? But Tupac said who done it.
Shit was so crazy then, dude. They were shooting each other, fucking killing each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, over entertainment, really. If you think about it,
it's like over what?
This is all about
East
business,
Coast,
money.
West Coast.
Yeah, it's all about
over
money.
poetry.
Hey, dude,
Tupac
we used to kill each
was
other.
a poet.
We used to kill each other over a whole lot less. I mean, somebody fucking
A pair of Jordans, Pokemon cards.
Life wasn't worth anything in the 80s, man. Life was worth nothing in the 80s, man.
But think about
Drug epidemic was just, it was real, man. People you're walking over people in the streets. In the big city, you're walking over people.
Fuck.
You got people staggering across, right across from you, walking in front of you.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What do you think, Henry?
Yeah. What do you think?
I'm just thinking how strong this weed is.
Hey,
that right,
Good
Big
weed,
Mike?
bro.
I see Mike trying to light up that joint for about the last 30 minutes.
Mike, you need a fresh?
I'm working out. I'm okay.
You're good?
Somebody please help Mike Tyson, man. I'll be honest with you, Mike. I've always, as a man, you always portrayed you're very, as somebody that grew up watching your ranks or whatnot, and known about you, you come out like this beast, man. Like, dude, you don't cross that beast.
No, that's from back in the day, man. That's only when I was trying to do that bullshit in there. I'm trying to be that guy.
No. But what I'm saying is that's the persona that a lot of us have about you.
Nah, man, it's all about love now.
Isn't he amazing?
Yeah.
You just hang out with this guy.
I'm like, man, Tyson's like, I'm still afraid of him.
No,
Oh, yeah.
Listen, I'm
Every
afraid.
day.
I'm afraid of that guy. That guy gets you in a lot of trouble, man. Shit. I'm afraid of that guy too, man. I love the way I am now. I love the world of weed I'm in. I love the association I am with the guys here. This is just heaven.
Did you start smoking recently?
I've smoked all my life, but they had me. I used other drugs too, and I used liquor, and I used a lot of prescription drugs, and I was mixing all that stuff, and I was just, I was a mess, man. I was suicidal. I was in the psych ward a couple of times.
Okay, Mike, let's do a little juxtaposition.
Go for it.
Old Mike
Yeah.
or pre-toad Mike, what was your favorite drug?
I don't know. The toad makes you don't even want to think about even drugs no more.
I knew you were going to say the toad was just the end all.
You don't even want to think about that stuff no more. You know what I mean? You just want to think about having a better life.
Yeah.
And how much, if you just get out of your own way, how much life is on your side.
Yeah. What do
We're
you
in our
think?
way.
What do you think about weed, man? Because it's like, it's so stigmatized. And yet it's just it helps in so many ways. And what does it do for you, do you think?
Hey, listen, man, this is what I know what it does. I know without it, I'm a miserable motherfucker. I'm an irritable, miserable, not kind to be around guy, you know? With it, I love everybody. I know it sounds weird and strange. It just is relaxing me. It evokes feelings of just happiness with me and relaxation.
Such a good answer.
Some countries I don't go to because if I'm there for more than a certain amount of time, I won't go. If I could, they ban weed, I won't go. I don't care how much they pay me, I won't go. I just can't. I wouldn't be. People wouldn't like me. I wouldn't be nice. I'm just miserable without it. I'm just miserable. It's real irritable. My wife wouldn't like me. No, it's just I couldn't do it.
It's powerful, man, because so many people are walking around this country can't go 10 minutes without a cigarette. Or,
Oh my God, that's terrible.
or popping multiple pills just to get through the day. And yet, with weed, they want to think it's different.
I know myself without supporting my friends and cannabis, it would just be an ugly story about me. It wouldn't have turned out pretty good,
It's just very healing. Henry, you didn't think this was going to be what the pod was, did you?
No, not really, man. I was thinking more of a kind of like a CNN type interview.
Hell no, dude. We get fucking real in here.
And no, you guys catch me by different angles. Left hook, right hand. Sneak attacks.
Hell yeah, dude. This is the fucking mind ninja shit.
So tell me, what do you think, Henry, about immortality, death? It won't freak you out now. It freaks you out when you get in your 50s, you start thinking about that shit.
Yeah, and it's scary to hear your mom kind of talk about it. Like,
yeah, she's an older woman. They start talking about it. That's when we get our age. We tell our kids, fuck. Our kids look at us and say, "You look fine. What's wrong, Dad?" I don't know. Man. We ain't gonna have another 50 years or something like that.
Yeah. It happens. It's scary, obviously, man. It's you don't know when your time is, man. So, I mean, I hope when I die, I hope it's fast and quick.
Nah, sometimes I don't know. I used to think that before I took the toad. Then sometimes the toad makes you just really open and willing to it. It wasn't hard to die. When I took the toad, it wasn't difficult dying.
Have you?
It's powerful, dude. It's powerful. This idea of immortality, you've seen like vampire movies or, whatever, where somebody can't die. It sounds like a curse when you really get to it, because if you can never die, then you're constantly just being put through watching everyone else around you die.
That's worse than dying.
Right.
Dying has to be glorious because life is glorious, and so life couldn't be glorious if death wasn't glorious. We just never experienced death. You know what I mean? Really, in the way that we understand it, and we could tell somebody else what it's about. We don't know what that person experienced when he died. You know what I mean? No one knows where he goes. Or is it just black? Everything's just black and quiet.
Look at this thing right here, dude. It's just falling. Look at this thing. You see this?
Hey, that little bug?
It's right here. No, look at this. Look at this
Right
thing.
here?
Yeah.
Right here?
What is that?
What's these two, eh?
The fuck is that?
Oh, no.
Are we tripping balls?
It's smoke, man. It's a
No,
charged
it's
smoke.
Is
No, I
this
think-
weed? This weed is laced with the toad.
I can't believe you saw that shit, man.
You laced it up. I knew it.
Can't
I
believe
knew
What's
it.
up?
You guys
That.
got me.
Yes.
What are you doing today, Hendry?
I'm gonna be doing a couple. I'm just out here doing some PR, man, for kind of just promotional
What are
stuff.
your agents? You working on investments? People doing investments and doing some kind of sponsorships with you? Tic Tacs or something? You gotta look at everything, man. You gotta look at everything. You got great teeth, so you gotta think about things for your teeth. You gotta look at yourself and say, what's wrong with me? What is it that I need? I have beautiful teeth. Shit, I feel my teeth. You gotta stop. You gotta stop not looking at yourself. You have to market yourself. Yeah. You know what I mean? Your money now. You gotta market yourself.
Oh, so you're saying I can be like I can do commercials for TikTok?
Yes.
Oh,
TikTok.
okay. I thought you said
That's
I
what
needed a
he's saying.
TikTok.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You high,
Okay,
man.
yeah.
You high.
Come on, brother.
Dude, that you laced it with that toe, Mike.
Now you're going
You
to do
laced it. I
an
knew
interview
it.
at ESPN. You're going to be
Right
stoned
out.
I
as
knew
shit.
it, guys. You saw it. Blame Mike.
The toothpaste.
Blame Mike. You saw it.
Well, real quick, man. Real quick. Thank you so much for coming on. Give a little shout out. Let us know where can people check you out.
Yeah, you
where
want
can
to
people
say
follow
something to anybody?
you?
Let them know where to get you. Anything at?
No, it's just my Instagram, man. I just want to say more than anything, thank you, man. Thank you to the fans. Thank you. It's awesome being the champ, man. And it's thanks to you guys. Like you guys make it possible for us, man. You know, I know we're hard at sometimes. We can't do everything for you guys and take pictures and whatnot, but just thank you guys.
It's awesome, dude.
That's pretty cool shit, man.
Off the rails episode, Mike. This was a good one.
I agree.
It was a good one. Thank you again, Henry. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good luck to you with
Let's go
everything.
Walking around, got that belt to champ.
All right.
Belt to champ, nigga.
Hell yeah, bro. Carry that thing, dude.
The bill belt.
Until next time, everybody. This was Hotboxin.
Yes, and I'm Mike Tyson.
I'm Eben Britton. We'll see y'all next time.
See ya.
Peace.